Fighttalktv.
What's going on, people? It's your guy Nabil Charger for Fight Talk TV, and today we're switching things up. We've got one of the real minds of British boxing in the building, Don Charles. Today, today is about the man behind the corner, the journey, the sacrifices, and why this union really means something special. Let's get into it. So, Don, before you knew boxing knew your name, who were you, and what was young Don Charles dreaming about?
I've been asked this numerous times, and basically, I was fortunate enough to witness the Rumble famous fight in Africa, Rumble in the Jungle, the late great Muhammad Ali against the late great George Foreman, and I was 14 years old. Once I watched that fight, Muhammad Ali had such an influence on me that that's what got me into boxing, and how was I to know that 50 years later I'll be doing what I'm doing? I feel blessed.
What was your first real moment in boxing where you thought, this is my life now?
I suppose the first fight I had as an amateur, yeah, once I tasted that, and I was victorious. I stopped the guy in the second round, and the feeling I got from it, the buzz I got from it, I thought, wow, this is good. I like this. I want to do it more.
Okay. Who were your biggest influences growing up in and out of the sport?
The biggest influence is my father, obviously, and in sport, again, is the great one, Muhammad Ali.
Okay. Was there nearly a point where you nearly walked away from boxing altogether?
No,
Never, yeah?
no, I came into boxing for the love of it. Even when I boxed as an amateur, I didn't box because I wanted to turn professional. So I wasn't doing it for money. I was doing it because I loved it. And when I became a coach, I didn't know, I had no inclination that I'll end up how I've ended up. So yeah, there's never been a moment. Obviously, you have your like any career, you have moments where you feel down when it doesn't go right. Any of my fighters have lost in the past, you go through those dark moments, but it takes a while to get it out of your system, and you carry on. I just love doing what I do. I couldn't swap it for nothing else.
Okay. What's the hardest personal sacrifice you had to make to stay in the game?
Sacrifice. There's lots of sacrifices one makes on a daily basis when you're a boxing coach. You could speak to all the coaches around the country, around the world, in fact, and they'll tell you the sacrifices uh, with family events, family gatherings, and you miss out on a lot of things. It's not an ordinary job. It's not a normal job. But we all love what we do, so we're willing to make those sacrifices. Nobody's forcing us to do this job. Yeah, so we opted and selected to. It's our chosen profession, so absolutely no regrets with the sacrifices one has to make.
How do you build trust with a boxer, especially one you've been through setbacks like Daniel?
Sorry, can you repeat that again? I don't want to
So how do you build
misunderstand.
trust with a boxer, especially one you've been through setbacks like Daniel?
The trust is gained over a period of time. The trust is gained between a fighter and a coach. Yeah, the trust is there. With me, you just mentioned Daniel. The trust is there. It was never broken.
Okay.
My previous fighters, unless the fighter trusts the coach, shouldn't be with that coach. And if the coach doesn't trust the fighter, shouldn't train that fighter. So it's a two-way thing.
What's more important to you, discipline or belief?
Both.
Both, yeah. How do you handle moments when a fighter loses and the criticism gets loud?
Well, it's like anything I said to you a minute ago, or less than that, that in very dark moments you go through, every coach, not just myself, when my fighter loses, of course, you go into dark places, and I've been there a few times, but also been in the light. I've been in the light most times than I've been in the dark.
What's something fans would be surprised to learn about how you coach behind closed doors?
Um, Everybody's got their own method of coaching. No surprises. I don't. I believe I'm good at what I do. The results speaks for themselves. Over the years, over a 25-year period, I've done my apprenticeship and I'm very experienced. And unless someone comes into this gym, will they then see what I do and or what I don't do? So there's no surprises, no.
Looking back, which fight taught you the most about yourself as a coach?
So repeat that again.
Looking back, which fighter taught you the most about yourself as a coach?
All of them. You know why? Because they're all different personalities. Yeah, they all bring different problems for me to solve. Yeah, so they're all different. So it's hard to say which one. They're all bring they're all different. Every human being is different. There's no one the same.
What's been your proudest moment in boxing that's never made the headlines?
Wow,
Hard one, yeah?
interesting. What's the hard? What's the?
If you can't answer it, it's
No,
fine.
no, no. Sometimes you have to repeat again.
Okay, so what's been your proudest moment in boxing that's never made headlines?
You got me food for thought there. Give me a second on this. I like this question. I need to answer this question. What's my proudest moment in boxing that's never
Oh,
made?
proudest moment in boxing if you can't answer that question.
My
Just say
proudest
general. Yeah,
time in boxing?
yeah.
Well, winning the Daniel beating Anthony Joshua in front of record capacity at Wembley, and people telling us beforehand, the whole country telling us we couldn't do it. So that's probably my proudest moment. Yeah.
Okay. What's your toughest decision you ever made? You ever had to make in your career? Your toughest decision.
I've had to make in my career. No, I haven't. They've all been relatively okay. I don't believe there's one standout decision I've had to make in my career where no, none.
How do you measure your success? Belts, legacy, or the lives you impacted?
It's very quiet. It's very noisy in here. So speak up a bit. Ask me that again.
How do you measure success? Belts, legacy, or the lives you impacted?
The life.
The lives you impacted. So how do you
No,
measure
no. I would say
success?
the lives I've impacted have
Okay.
also impacted me.
Okay.
So it's the lives I've impacted. Yeah.
What did Daniel represent to you when you first started working with him?
It just represents a true human being, a true young man who wants to be a winner. And yeah,
How did it feel emotionally when you both went separate ways?
I was disappointed. I've made it public. I was disappointed because I'm a human being. I planned to see the journey through that we were on to the end of his career, but that's my wish. My wish doesn't always. It's not somebody else's wish. So
What was said in the conversation that brought you back together?
not a lot.
Not a lot.
Spiritual. It's a spiritual thing.
Okay. What do you see in Daniel that now that you didn't see before?
I saw it before and I say it now. He's a winner, natural born winner.
When it's all said and done, how do you want boxing to remember Don Charles?
A person, a kind person, a person who cared, a person who dared to be great.
What advice would you give to young trainers trying to break into this world today?
Perseverance. It's not a 2-minute thing. You got to be in it for the longer term. Don't look for short, quick results. You have to be willing to sacrifice, make lots of sacrifices, and yeah, it's not an overnight success. Don't look for overnight success because it doesn't exist.
Okay, so you used to train Derek Trezor, right?
Correct.
So Derek Trezor is fighting Wilder. Give your take on the fight. Who wins and why?
I think the styles gel really, really good combination of styles. Obviously, not being biased because I was Derek's trainer, I believe Derek will be victorious over Deontay Wilder.
Okay, so in your opinion, who's the greatest boxer ever?
The great one, Muhammad Ali,
Okay, toughest fighter you've coached.
Derek Chisora.
One word to describe Daniel Dubois today.
Say that again.
One word to describe Daniel Dubois today.
Winner, natural born winner.
Okay. Legacy or championships?
Both.
Okay, so that's a wrap. That's a real boxing talk right there. Big respect to Don Charles from Don Charles. And as always, this is Nabil Chaudhry for Fight Talk TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned because the story behind these fighters is just as powerful as the fight itself. We're out. Thank you, everyone. Take care.